There is a lot of uncertainty in the market. Investors are wondering what is going on with Bitcoin, crypto. We saw what happened recently, the SEC, the Fed, suing Binance, Coinbase, the biggest exchanges out there. And we saw investors panicking. They don't know what is actually going on. Like everyone is like, is this the end of crypto? Is it gonna be the final, bullet that's gonna kill crypto? Well, today we're gonna discuss a lot about that and more on the future of cryptocurrency, like what holds for us in the future. I have here today an amazing guest right away from the UK, Lorae Knight. She's an amazing blockchain specialist. She's into Web3, NFT. You can follow her on social media. She writes lots on Medium about crypto. So I think she's an important personality for today's show. You are welcome to this platform, and I'm happy to have you here to host you today. So let's discuss what is actually going on in the crypto space.
Sure, thank you for having me.
So how are you today?
I'm good. Obviously, just like following up on the news with everything that's been happening with the SEC. So I'm just trying to keep up to date with some peers and some Twitter spaces to see what's going on in the news. Obviously, people quite skeptical about the price action of certain coins. However, I do actually believe that Ethereum and Bitcoin are both up today, albeit by a small percentage, but they are actually holding up. So that's good news.
So actually, let's just backdate a little bit what happened to Terra Luna. And after Terra Luna, not long ago, we saw what happened with FTX, and now Binance and Coinbase. These are the biggest exchange in the world as of now. And we do know that most retail investors who come in on board crypto, they come through this, channel, like through centralized exchanges before they can maybe at one point go to to DeFi, And looking at these recent events, what can you say, with regard to this? Is it an attack on crypto in general from every angle, or maybe it's a way to sort out the bad players in the industry?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? So obviously we know that Gary Gensler, he has definitely been making moves in the space in terms of regulating crypto and putting a cut down on crypto. And I think this is the biggest move that they've actually made in terms of commercial awareness that the SEC is moving in and trying to regulate some of these coins. Obviously, we do know that these institutions like the SEC, they are working directly with governments, and we know that these governments as well they have their own agenda. They have their own coins as well. They do have CBDCs, so that is a development that they're working on that has been quite open for people to understand as well. So if you are a comprehensive thinker and you kind of see the news and kind of see the FUD, there is no way that the US has no intentions of crypto whatsoever, because we see that they have their own CBDCs. They, however, want to make sure, in my opinion, that they have the majority control over what's happening with crypto. So exchanges like Binance, exchanges like Coinbase, obviously they are the biggest exchanges in the world, the two biggest, and they have billions of dollars worth of trade volume going in and out every single week. So these kind of decentralized entities, Binance especially, it claims itself to not have any headquarters. It claims itself to be completely decentralized, going in with the whole DeFi nature of cryptocurrency. So for an institution like the US, who is a huge financial powerhouse, they don't necessarily want a decentralized, self-sovereign company trading such huge amounts of capital that could actually affect their, the fiat currency and potentially CBDC. So, in my opinion, I still feel like crypto is not going anywhere. It's too far gone now. However, I do believe that big financial institutions like the US who are struggling at the moment with their fiat. People are dumping it. Brazil, they're coming up with their own treaties, their own deals. They need a way to kind of crack down on any kind of threat to their economy. And I feel like this is, one of the first places that they're coming to do that.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. I think crypto is not going anywhere. But um there's this, like, okay, when I look at your, like, most of what you write, like, on your on Medium and other stuff on LinkedIn, it's like you are into educating people more on financial freedom, like giving people an opportunity to understand what this industry is all about. And I think maybe you have some people around you who are like freaking out, like, Lorae, what's going on? Like, how do you keep up with those people who look up to you and going through this news? Like, how do you manage the situation?
Well, I think at the moment it is, we are in a bear market. So the majority of people, even people who've been in the space for a long time and, we're there during the bull market and we're full, they seem to be fully on in it. When you get this kind of news, people are selling off some of their assets. People are, even in Twitter spaces, I heard this morning, people are betting, is Polygon still going to be around in the next 2 years? It's bet 50 quid to see whether it's going to be around, and things like this. And it's all fun. It's fear, speculation, people not really knowing what to make of the market. Obviously, people are looking at their assets day in, day out, and they're seeing it drop. And they need to understand that this is a bear market. This is a part of the cycle. It's a natural thing to happen. A few people are kind of like leaving the space. People are kind of skeptical, but I just say that at the moment, you're really seeing the people that have remained are the true builders, the people that really believe in the space, and the people that are going to really innovate and impact the space. So if you are someone who, obviously, we all come into the DeFi space, we all come into finance for money. Obviously, we all want to be able to benefit and profit and meet our goals, of course, but also this is a great time to build as well and actually to create something using these technologies. So as a blockchain specialist, for me, my fundamental the thing that excites me the most is actually the technology behind it and the power that it has. So it's a time to actually educate yourself on some of these protocols, keep up with WTF Crypto, which is my show. And, it goes in, I look at all kind of new news that's coming in. You see institutions like Franklin Templeton, which is one of the biggest asset managers in the world. They have trillions of dollars worth of assets under management, and they are building protocols on top of platforms such as Polygon, platforms, using Matic. So they're investing into, they're creating ETFs with a portfolio with coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, So they are, these big institutions, if they are doing it, then I would say, you want to copy the people who are having the most success. I don't have $1 trillion coming in and out of my, own business day in, day out. So maybe it's an idea to actually look at these institutions that do hold a lot of the world's wealth and see what they are doing. And, don't go into the fear. Actually look at what some of the biggest players in the world are doing and hold on.
Yeah, Odo. We all can agree on the fact that like America is a huge market, especially for crypto, and events like this that goes on in the States, impact the market a lot. But on the other hand, on the flip side, you see that other areas such as Asia, is embracing blockchain, crypto, and also we see Europe at one extent came up with the MiCA, the regulation, European regulation, so-called crypto, digital assets, something like that. But the United States is far back. Do you think that the United States is gonna miss out on this amazing technology, or maybe it's a way for them to actually try to make the dollar dominant? Let's say, for example, the US, pass, like, finally succeed with the CBDC. Do you think they're gonna make it like like since everyone at one point is using the US dollar to transact in the global market, would it be that easy for them to incorporate the CBDC, the US dollar CBDC into crypto and force maybe this or should I say altcoin, but these altcoins they are being backed by real companies, right? That are building real product, real time products. So do you think that US can say for you guys to access our market, you must pay anything you are trading with the US the US CBDC? In that case, they can still track, like do what people are avoiding them from doing, like tracking stuff and so on and so on. So what do you think about that? Do you think like this is part of the a plan by the US government to actually control crypto through the CBDC?
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? You know, we know that the US is, a powerhouse. They are a superpower, and they have had in recent times a lot of threats to their sovereignty. From places such as China, places such as Russia, and even there's upcoming economies like Brazil and India, and now they've got crypto coming in, which is in its own self this entity that kind of takes off by itself and is potentially threatening, one of the biggest exchanges or, exchange of value, which is the US dollar, which is used all over the world. So the US being the military power that it is, it's going to, of course, come in with the forces that it needs to protect the US dollar, to protect the foundation that is already built. However, it might be detrimental to the US if they don't have the full power that they need to kind of overcome crypto, which I don't really believe that they do, because crypto is a global exchange. It can be used globally. And the problem with what some people are saying is, obviously you do have CBDCs, and some people in their government are looking to actually want to innovate with them and want to build. However, regulations as well, trying to not over promote crypto and trying to actually protect their fiat currency, means that it's deterring people from actually coming in and innovating. So there's people in the space, they're actually trying to move to safe havens for crypto. Like I think BitBoy is one of the biggest crypto influencers. He's trying to do some deals or move to Estonia. Obviously, there's places in the Caribbean, like the Cayman Islands. Panama was another one who are promoting and saying, "Yeah, everybody come and be a Bitcoin."
Are you holding Ben?
Am I holding Ben? I am holding Ben. I don't want to go into the meme coin frenzy. I definitely, to be fair, I didn't actually FOMO into Ben. I did FOMO into a couple of other coins.
Okay.
So to say, but it's a part of it, and this is what we do.
Yeah.
It's part of what we do. But I did actually go into Ben because I just thought it was an interesting, it's not financial advice, but I just thought that it was an interesting concept of going from like a meme coin to like an influencer coin. And there was a lot of activity around influencers. So there was one influencer on Twitter, his name is Paulie, and he was, they call it the attention economy. So he was kind of like in the attention economy, seeing what some influencers were doing with the attention economy. And, people were actually just sending ETH to wallet addresses to get into pre-sales for tokens that were just, fabricated the day before. Yeah. So one influencer named Paulie, he said, "Why don't you everybody send me ETH to this wallet, and you're going to get nothing." And people were literally sending him, I think he raised, from the last time I looked, which was a few days ago, he raised $1.5 million US from DGens by tweeting and saying, send money to this wallet and you're going to get nothing. And he had an ENS name called You Get Nothing, and people were actually sending him that. So actually seeing that power of the influencer, the influencer economy, the influencer coins, I thought, BitBoy, although, he gets excited about things and he talks a lot about things, I thought actually if anybody in the space is going to have like an influencer coin and do successfully, it's probably going to be him, because he is, he's got millions.
Yeah. I actually think that what BitBoy is doing is amazing, even though it's gonna be more in the US. I actually thought of something like that for my community. We have been discussing something like that, for a long time. And when I saw Ben, like, wow, okay, now, but I think the angle around it, like, okay, when you look at cryptocurrency, these businesses, we want to see what value they are providing to the community or to anyone who is going to buy that token. So if say you are holding then not basically like at one point like to make money, but at one point you are trying to promote a cause, knowing that by buying Ben can support an initiative that help to to enhance crypto adoption, like education more, help people out there to understand crypto, provide them with tools that they can use in this space. I think that concept is somehow good, and as an influencer, is really cool. But now, like, okay, when you look at this power of crypto, like the power that crypto influencers possess over, should I say possess, or have over their audiences, is it, do you think this is a reason why governments are scared that they are not in control, like influencers are taking over, or because like, for example, we saw Pepe from nowhere to, like, it made itself among the top 100 cryptocurrencies. How come? Like, no intrinsic value, but there are people behind it who, like, should I say influencers, people who have like the wills, they are, and they made it happen. So is it right to say they are trying, the government, or let's say Gary Gensler is trying to eliminate such players in the market, to protect maybe vulnerable investors, or maybe just there to protect his own interests? Because like this is, I think not only the United States, I think like we saw also Andrew Tate made a comment that he's not aligned with the Ben coin. He will never promote any shit coin, blah blah blah. So looking at this, because there are two set of people, like people who understand, like more on, like, okay, about this degen stuff, this meme coins. People like those who are in crypto understand everything. And if say you FOMO into either of this coin, it's not as if you are putting all your hard earned money in it, or like everything in your portfolio. Maybe you allocate just a minimum of a portfolio into it. But what about someone who doesn't understand crypto, and they're coming into crypto for the first time through Pepe, and they lost everything? Do you think this
Well,
is
that's the
what
thing. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? That's the thing. As much as we like demonize the SEC and demonize like regulatory bodies, they are actually there to protect people who don't know. People who don't do their own research and things like that. So they do want to actually protect them from people online who are just like, send me money and you're going to get a return. And because people do, and people will literally put all their savings into a meme coin because they just have this rush and this hope that they're going to, make millions of dollars, and it really messes people up, So there are obviously a need for people to understand, and also for influencers to understand as well the power that they do have over people's lives, because financial ruin can really ruin somebody, really ruin life. They are there to protect people. And the influencers as well, they do have a lot of power. This is the thing, like, how can somebody like Paulie on Twitter raise 1.5 million, dollars of ETH just by sending out a tweet? You just think about how that actually fluctuates the market in terms of where the money is going, from US holders or global holders, but where's the flow actually going? It's just going into degens wallets, and what are they going to do with it? Just buy NFTs, and this kind of thing. So obviously institutions who are there to protect the finances of their people, and obviously the finances of the state, they have to do what they have to do. But I also do believe that they have their own agenda, although even though they're kind of persecuting these wallets and persecuting these decentralized platforms, I wouldn't be surprised if they have a cold wallet somewhere with Bitcoin and Ethereum stored themselves, you know? So we do also have to kind of think about the overall agenda. Oh, am I frozen? I don't know if I'm frozen, if you're still there. You might be frozen. Let me see if we can have a look.
Okay, we are back. Sorry, I don't know what happened. You know, everything just sit like that. It's like,
Yeah, you just froze. I wasn't sure what was going on.
yeah, yeah. I mean, sorry for that. Just the internet at times it just things happen like that.
How it
So
goes, yeah.
I've been like, okay, in my community, like what I try to do more is like to avoid the noise and focus more on building. And I think like where I come from, I align myself with African people, both in the diaspora and also in Africa, who have at one point be exposed to this technology, and because of one or two bad decisions that they make, they lose money, or maybe they don't understand anything. And also people who actually want to understand this technology, or like this world, this crypto world. I tend to want to actually make them understand the value, the importance, the advantages, of investing or being in the crypto space in the first place. And the reason why I'm doing this is I believe that whenever someone is like whenever someone get that knowledge or is educated about a particular industry or something before they even get involved in it, they will be cautious enough to know what they are doing at every given point, at every given period in time. And this might help so many people out there as well within their own circle to learn more about this industry, to learn more about because we are now talking about cryptocurrency. Like there's so much, NFC, Web3. I mean, so much in the industry.
You're still there. The Web3 space, yeah, in general. If you've got internet going in now.
Yeah, I just switched my network because I think I just switched my network right now.
Okay.
Hello, can you get me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I'm
Yeah, I
on. You
just
can
switched
hear
my
me.
network right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I just switched my network now right now. So I think my network is the problem. I just switched it right now to yeah.
Okay.
So
No
like
worries.
looking at this angle where what I'm trying to explain, like with this, I know that if say someday someone decides to either buy Pepe, buy this or buy Dogecoin, they know what they are doing and they know how to manage risk, to an extent. So I just want to know, like within your organization, like how do you go about building that long term, working with clients, working with different people like novice in the industry. How do you like approach them? How do you give them that confidence to at one point realize that, okay, regardless what is going on in the market, this is a good technology and it can help me build a business. It can help my current business, through NFTs or Web3 and so on. Like, so how do you go about all this?
Yeah, so I think for people coming in the space now, anyone that's building the space now, there's someone that's a risk taker and there's someone that's really brave because there is no precedence, there is no example of where this is going or what it's going to look like. So everyone that's in the space, you're some of the 1% or even maybe 2%, 2.5% of the world who are actually really readily adopting this. So in terms of that, there is a risk to actually starting up something in a new industry, but also that there's a huge risk payoff as well, because this is one of the only times in our lifetime that we're going to see a technological revolution of this size. And whether people believe it or not, it is coming. Even, we're seeing with AI, governments are more so backing AI. Now that that's coming in, you're seeing a lot of seed funding rounds. A lot of money is going in and backing these AI projects, but actually AI works hand in hand with blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. So even the other day, the CEO of ChatGPT partnered up with a company, organization, and they're creating a coin called WorldCoin. And this is what they want to do is actually create a wallet and a coin and an identification software or system using AI and incorporating AI and crypto and a world ID. So you can actually see, this ChatGPT, they've created this over the years, they've been prompting it and, teaching it. And now that they've got that market value, they've got over 100 million users globally, and they only just really launched the beginning of this year. They're actually now looking at, how can we incorporate this with crypto? How can we incorporate this with the blockchain? And I think they're actually using Ethereum, the EVM, the Ethereum virtual machine, to begin their processing. So it's marrying up. And again, like I say, don't listen to what your grandma has to say, unless your grandma is, the CEO of these top financial companies. Don't listen to what, your stepfather said about crypto or somebody got rushed. Look at what the biggest financial institutions are doing. Like, look at where the money is going in terms of innovation. It was all going into technology, and this is, again, you can either sit and watch from the sidelines or you can get involved. And depending on your risk appetite, if you're someone who just wants to buy a little bit of Bitcoin, just have some in the wallet just to see it appreciate and have an alternative investment, then great, there's that. But if you're also someone who has a bit more risk appetite, someone that's a creative and a builder, then go ahead. Why not go ahead and get yourself a consultant and learn about it and actually implement a blockchain project or project on the blockchain. And it can be a business. You can actually start up a business, and that's what I help clients do. But it could also just be like an NFT project, because those are something that's happening in the space right now. And it's just learning about the innovation and what's happening currently as well. So, for example, Bitcoin platform protocol, they've just announced recently ordinals. So ordinals is basically the NFTs of Bitcoin, and they are fundamentally, all NFTs are supposed to be immutable, but with the ordinals, they are pretty much concrete and solid and immutable. So that means once you've put it on the blockchain, there is no removing, there's no deleting or anything. So this is, that's a huge opportunity to use your mind and actually come into the space and think of innovative ways and how we can actually incorporate other industries into the blockchain protocol to create something that's going to impact humanity in the future.
And Peter Schiff is going to buy Bitcoin to, Peter Schiff says he's going to buy Bitcoin to incorporate one of his arts into Bitcoin ordinance. The Bitcoin inscribed on the blockchain. He's one of the top Bitcoin critics. Yeah, I think what you're saying is actually like an opportunity, and like we don't have to limit. Like I see you also involve so much into NFTs. I would say that I'm not really into NFTs that much, but NFTs that part of crypto is something that I'm looking forward to getting involved, full time into it, like to really dive deeper to actually understand how to look for it, like the next thing, Yeah, but now this is not financial advice anyway, but I'm just gonna ask you anyways. What do you think about, when we look at the ranking, Bitcoin? What do you think about Bitcoin and Ethereum? Then maybe other, like, what do you think about Bitcoin and Ethereum?
I mean, I'm really, obviously, Bitcoin, I'm bullish on both of them, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Even looking at, Franklin Templeton's portfolio, those are the two top holdings that they have. That's one of the biggest asset management firms in the world. So I'm completely bullish on that. Obviously, Bitcoin, it has its utility of being a scarce store of value. It completely runs, pseudo-anonymously. You've got Satoshi Nakamoto who created it, and once it's been deployed, there's no going back on that protocol. So it is just a digital asset that has a depreciating value that's been created, and it can be likened to gold, but in the digital world. It just makes sense. Bitcoin just makes sense, and obviously it's the daddy of all cryptocurrencies. Everyone was always going to compare the revolution of cryptocurrency blockchain to Bitcoin because that was the starting point. So it just makes sense to kind of, grab onto that crypto gold. And the reason I love Ethereum is because of smart contracts. Like I say, my expertise and my passion is in blockchain technology, and Ethereum offering systems to build on smart contracts. It gives utility, it gives fundamental utility to actually be able to create pretty much anything using this technology. So Ethereum makes sense. Obviously, they have their gas fees, which no one really loves, but then you have layer 2 protocols such as Polygon and Matic, where you can actually build on it. There's other projects as well, like Avalanche, that allow you to use the Ethereum virtual machine and Solidity language to program on. So even though we might not like gas fees and things like that with Ethereum, and some people are skeptical about Vitalik obviously being a personality in the space as well. But no matter what you say about Ethereum, it's proved time and time again that it's the preferred chain to go on because of the smart contract technology.
There's a good comment here that says that look at what the big institutions are doing when it comes to blockchain and crypto, and educate yourself. You just tied to what you mentioned. So if say I'm a novice, I come to you today, like Lorae, I want to invest in crypto. I want to buy just 3 coins. Which one will you recommend to me to buy?
Oh no, you're gonna do that? No, I'm just kidding. Leave meme coins alone. Leave meme coins alone, unless you want to be up
No,
that
I
high.
didn't say meme coin. Sorry, you didn't get me. I said I want to
But
invest
normal
in
coins, yeah, I
in
was just
crypto.
joking.
In crypto,
I would
which
say in
coins
crypto, I'd
will you?
say my top pick, my top safe pick would be Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Polygon or Matic. I think those are the top picks. Just because obviously Bitcoin, again, it's like the number one, is the daddy of cryptocurrency. Ethereum, again, it has
The
a
mother.
utility in it.
It
It has
it
utility
says
and
if Bitcoin is the daddy of cryptocurrency, then it is the mother.
exactly. Absolutely, I completely agree. And Polygon would be their child, or
yeah.
or something like that, because it just offers access to Ethereum without the gas fees. That's really why I'm bullish on Polygon. Again, it comes back to just the utility of Ethereum, but
Yeah.
I feel like you can't go wrong. They're quite stabilized in terms of their price action. They don't. I can't see Bitcoin at any time soon going anywhere close to zero at this point, or even Ethereum. Just because of the utility that they now have globally. So
yeah.
yeah.
So now I want to ask this is gonna be tricky question, and probably my last question for you today. The where you come from, your community, will you say that people around you embrace crypto NFT, or you have to maybe go to events or go to find yourself in places where you can meet people who actually understand what you're doing, in other words, are people around you looking at you as if you're crazy, being into crypto and blockchain, or maybe what will you say about that?
I would say people. I'd say people are aware of crypto. Even the other day, I was in the library, a bookstore, sorry, and people were talking about what to do with their money, and I heard people saying, "Yeah, you need to have like some investments and crypto." So people are starting to think about these things and recognize these things, but at the same time, because there isn't like a precedence or because there isn't a standard to an example of where this can go, people are still kind of skeptical, especially when it comes in a bear market. I've had people saying like, "Oh, why don't you, it's a bear market, why don't you look at something else or do something else? Like, it's not working," and it's like, no, it is working. This is specifically a time where you want to be building, you want to be accumulating coins, because in the next cycle, there's going to be huge opportunities, for adoption and profits as well. So I think where it's, people know about it at this stage. People know what it is. People have heard about it. People might not necessarily have the tools or the knowledge of how to actually buy, even get a wallet. I still think adoption in that sense there's still a lot of opportunity and room for that to happen. But that's where people like you and I come in, where we, actually sit down. Well, in my communities, I sit down with people and actually teach them how to get wallets, teach them how to mint NFTs, just so that they actually have the fundamental tools to be able to start their journey in the space. So yeah, I think people know about it. People know about it all over the world, but I think it's just people don't understand it still. So that's what I'm here to do, is to educate people through the WTF Crypto Show and through consultancy.
Yeah, that's awesome. And guys, you can actually connect with Lorae on LinkedIn. This is her LinkedIn, and you can see there's an NFT there. I don't know if say we have to mint that, but if say we have to mint it, then maybe she can tell us where we're gonna go mint some of it. But it was really awesome to have you here today. To have this conversation. I think my viewers are going to learn or have learned a lot about it. And me personally, I think it's good that we have such conversations, because I believe that there are so many people out there that they are freaking out, and also they are like wondering, is this gonna be this industry that people say they can become millionaires, billionaires? The meme hype, like, okay, is gonna be the end of it? Or maybe some people have invested their hard-earned money, like everything they got into it, and they were like, okay, should I sell this? Should I do this? Should I do that? And where I think I really want people to understand, like I come in to make people to understand, is that the mindset of becoming rich or getting like becoming a millionaire overnight in cryptocurrency, that's kind of like fantasy. You can have, let's say, luck and make money at one point, but if you don't understand the basics, you might as well lose everything maybe in other project. That's why I think what you're actually doing, I go through your stuff, like, and I think that's really awesome. And let's just keep doing what we can to educate as many as possible, because I think crypto is the best thing which has ever happened in my life since I was born. There's nothing else I can do in this world. If there's no crypto, maybe it's gonna be the end of my life. Yeah, honestly, like I sleep
Absolutely.
crypto, I breathe crypto, I wake up crypto, and everything crypto. So I don't see a world, the next world, or my life without crypto. And let's also see crypto as a way for many people, because you mentioned there's no governor, there's no president, there's no uncle, there's no daddy, it's an opportunity for everyone out there to get involved and take advantage of. So I'm excited to have you here today, and my guests as well. I believe they are awesome, getting you here or having you here. So
Yeah, absolutely. I had a lot of fun. Thank you.
yeah. So before we go, like I almost forgot this. When I look at my watch, like those who are watching my platform, I realize that like there are not a lot of women into this industry, right? And I've done some research, and it's the same like with other platforms. Like men are like dominating, like do you have like maybe do you have any reason why women are not more engaged in it? Like, just give me a brief, like, just brief answer, or maybe you don't know why it is like that, or maybe it just happen like that. Like, what is your take about this?
I think like in industries like finance and politics, also crypto has an element of politics in it, and tech as well. These are industries that can sometimes be intimidating for women, I guess, just because I guess traditionally women are not necessarily the breadwinners or the people that are dealing with the finances and investments in their households. However, we do live in an internet age where it's accessible for anybody to learn about. It's accessible for anybody to have on their phone. So I would just say, like, as a woman, don't be intimidated by these financial markets. Like, go ahead and read some of this stuff. You're going to find it really interesting. And you're gonna realize as well that once you put something in, especially during the bear market, and you see that grow in the bull market, and you see the value that it has and the impact that it can have on your finances, you're going to want to be able to get involved and do that for yourself. So don't be intimidated, by all these men in the space. Don't be intimidated by finances. We need money in these days, whether they say diamonds are a girl's best friend or whatever, whether you want to buy a diamond for yourself or whether you just want to be able to have your own way of financially supporting yourself and your future, your children's future. This is a way that you can actually do that in a very impactful state, in a very impactful way at this stage.
Thanks so much, Lorae, for that. I appreciate. Guys, I mean, this was amazing. It was awesome to have Hayat, speak, talk about crypto, talk about what is going on in the market, what is going on with crypto, the attack from Coinbase, from the Feds, and also encouraging everyone out there to take advantage in this industry and to educate themselves more to that. I think this is really awesome for those of you who really want to learn. Don't be scared. Don't feel as if everything is falling. Nothing is falling. It's just that everything good. There must be, like, there's always an attack on something which is good. So there's just saying that nothing good comes easy. So don't feel as if this one is gonna be easy. You want to become a millionaire, then you must have some patience and keep building. As she mentioned, don't sit there and thinking that, okay, this is it. Keep building and make sure you do something for yourself. All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoy this. Make sure you smash the subscribe button if you haven't yet done so. And if you want to be part of my community, the links are found below this video. And don't forget to follow Lorae also on LinkedIn. And I'm going to share most of her socials also after this show so that you can go and follow her there. All right, guys. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.